Okay, so good morning, everybody. Just a little bit update after yesterday move. So if we look on a daily basis, one more time, it's important to look at this every day as usually. So one more time, we have seen a weak candle yesterday, like this one or that one the day before yesterday. And we are still closing above this very important 38.2 fib. We have here another 78.6 fib, and we have under it a 38.2, but this one is something I can't explain you, but there is something there. So what is interesting to note here is what happened yesterday, like it happened here the day before yesterday. We had this push after the US traders started to sell started to buy back the USD. Then we had a very good data for the USD. We had this push acceleration of the push here under it, and then a sudden turn on the upside, which already happened here for the same in the same context. So that's telling us there is a reason for that. The reason why USD didn't fly more or why Euro didn't crash much more is because of what I've been explaining for many days, weeks, and months is already now. So we have those long setup, we have a lot of fuel on the upside. We still can go lower, but the risk reward is for me now on the long side. Even if I trade only intraday with short stops, but that's what I look at. I mean, a brutal move on the upside could happen anytime, and that's why I try to be always long, even if I scalp some short like I did this morning from the back test of that 38 to 78.6 fib. So yesterday it happened the same thing, and that's a way to trap the market too. So everybody was short, adding short. We had a very strong, it was not the, yes, it was the ISM, very positive data, but we bounced and Dixie pullback. So that's really something we need to keep in mind, because it's not happening for any reason. It's happening because there is something there that is making it's happening. So if we look at the chart we are looking at, this is yesterday when we yes, this is yesterday when we went up on the ISM. The ISM came out here, there was this strong move up, and then boom, it went down, came back on the 171.80 extension, and then we came back, we bounced back again from it, and since there we are again diverging with Euro USD. So we have posted a big divergence on the long time frame, and we are posting more divergences on the short time frame, like here, which is when I went long Euro USD at this level, more or less. There was divergence, and there was a long signal on the Euro USD at this time on a small time frame, confirming a 1 hour that was showing volume exhaustion on it. So I think we can go lower, of course. That's what I'm looking for. If we look at that on a daily basis, like we do with the Euro USD, it's important to look how we closed yesterday. And of course, we have the same thing here, which is we closed under this 78.6 important fib. So here we were completely reversed on this candle, on this daily candle. This one is telling us something too. I mean, this is a very rare candle with no volume at all, nothing, just a wick. Here, same thing, we went up and then came back under this 78.6. And it could be very likely that today we do the same. We open a little bit above, probably with some gap or whatever. So now we pushed up, and then we came back, and we could close again under this one. So that's what we have on the On the Dixie, there is other things that that I'm looking at. So this one is not is interesting to look at because we have here a series of trend lines that are coming soon. This is a long time frame. This is a weekly or monthly, but we see we have a confluence here is still far away. It's 112 or something like that. So something will happen in this area. That's something I did some charting work this morning. Here, what we have is this nice, it's a very nice weekly ABC we have there on the Dixie. So you have this very nice weekly ABC up, even if Dixie is not the one that is controlling Euro USD, it's the inverse, but it's nice to have a confluence of information of levels or whatever when Dixie is going somewhere and we want to be long Euro USD. So we didn't touch it yet this morning. We went near it, so probably some early sellers there, which is a level we need to keep in mind and to look at. So I could not allow. I have to stop this waiting room. I will stop it in the future. Let me check if I can stop it now. No, well, I will check if I can do it another time. Okay. No, I think it's here. No, it's not there. Okay, anyway, so we have this level here. Then we have that big divergence on the Euro USD Dixie. So we have this was a huge divergence, and even if now it's broken, we still see inside divergence here on smaller time frame, and that's a powerful thing that happened. It means we should see something happening on the upside, and that's confirming the readings we have. Here we have another 61.8 fib. So if you look at this 61.8 together with this 78.6, they are probably in the same place. Let me copy this one there, and you will have some a clearer image of the fib. Of course, I have to update that daily because so you see this one is right in the middle of those two over there, the weekly ABC app. So this is an inside fib. We have, it's the same here. We have another quarterly there. So that's interesting to know. This is what we have been looking at. And that's the same thing we have here, which is the inside, and another inside fib here together with the 78.6. So it's one more thing we have there. So it's really a confluence. Let me show you. Copy. I add it on the fib chart that we have there. And this one is there. It's not the same as the other one. So we change the color so we can see that better. Okay, you have it here. So you see we have a confluence of things here that should help the Dixie to pull back. Concerning the overall chart we have been looking at for a long time now, it's still the same. We have the trend line. We came back to touch those trend line again. We have closed, as I said, on a daily basis under this important 78.60 fib. And we are now here, which means under the previous highs and in between those trend line with potentially, I think, some deeper pullback on the Dixie. We must always remember about those divergences. It's very important because that's telling us something about the Dixie story. Okay, so now if we look at the other charts, so that's the last thing I would say about this. So first we can look at the dynamic map of support and resistances here. So you see there, we just say that we just pull back, as I said, from the big fib. That's when I took the short scalp this morning with the 1 hour 2021 EMA, that's where we pull back. We have the fib here together, of course, with the daily open because we close above the fib. And then we have the 2-hour coming on the weekly open. And then we have the daily, so the 4-hour, sorry, and the daily, which is up there together here with the 200 moving average 1 hour. So this is the update of the dynamic resistances that we have on the upside. There is some others, but that's already giving us some information where price can start to pull back, especially here on the 4-hour, together with this kind of order block here, which would be nice. And there was a price gap in this area, so it's important to keep it in mind, because even if it's not, if it has been filled, even if it has been filled, we have this old price gap that has created some support and resistances. So we keep that in mind, and we can look at it on a smaller time frame. So that's giving us the different things we are looking at. And you see here the bottom of this price gap is right there together with the weekly open and the just a little bit above the 2 hours. So probably here would be a place where we would pull back for sure. Then we look at the regular chart we have been using for so long. Let me look at this one. So yesterday I went long here. You remember that when we were inside the ISM good data that everybody was selling, was buying the USD, selling the Euro USD. So, and then we had a contrarian reaction, which is what I was expecting, and it happened. So we've been paid here 60 pips or so. Then we pull back inside the Asian station. We close above the 78.6, and now we are still under it. We need, of course, to break back above it, probably break back, retest it, and then we could go a little bit higher. So the important thing is what are the next support, and we have here the cloud of support. So this area is very important, and this area will provide the support we need in case we would go a little bit lower, which can be on the open, or which can be on any of the data we have this morning. We have some easy data, Eurozone data this morning with the GBP. Let me check. I'm not sure what I'm saying now, but I know we have some. I saw it this morning. So Wednesday, yes, we have the Spanish PMI, Italian PMI, French PMI, German service PMI, and then we have the Eurozone service PMI, the consolidation. No, that was yesterday, so I'm saying so. And there is two, sorry, I'm on the wrong day. And there is too some easy data a little bit later, unemployment and revised GDP around 11 my time, which is 9 a.m. GMT. So those data are coming in the morning. I will post that, but you surely have it already. So this is important to look at. It's the same chart we have there with different things inside. There is a little bit more support resistances, but we have the same thing here. This very important 76.40 fib here. I don't like to have it like this. I will change it in percentage. Okay, so it's much better. So we have here this very important fib together with the 61.8, which is the ABC down of that ABC, the red ABC you see there, the 38.2 that has been holding very well the price, the 50% here that has been reacting to. So the 61.8 here will provide reaction, even if we go a little bit through it on any move down, but then we should go back higher. So it's the same map we have there. And here there is one more ABC down, which is this one. It's a daily 76.40 and 78.6 fib of this blue ABC down we have there. So I always look at the one that has been reacting in the previous move and keep an eye on them for the next move to be able to have all the level that could offer a reaction. From the setup, and we finish with that, from the setup readings point of view, so I always start again with this, which is the price exhaustion indicator. So the monthly, of course, is unchanged. We are still inside this very important monthly upside signal. It could post soon. If we would go a little bit lower, we could have soon another monthly signal like we had, for example, here yesterday. I show another one where we had a divergence, a monthly divergence on a signal. For example, that one here, it was a monthly divergence, and that's provided a very strong reaction. Let me show you. It will be easier. So you see monthly signal, we went up a lot. We had here another monthly signal, which was the second leg of that move. Then sometimes we have a signal like this one, and we are inside a consolidation before going a little bit lower and up. But this consolidation, it does not look like, but it's already 1,200 pips consolidation. It's not 200 pips consolidation. So this was the first signal. Then you see we had another monthly signal here, what was creating a divergence, a very nice divergence. So that's something we need to keep in mind, because it's a scenario that could be possible now. So we could have something like this, and then look a little bit lower, take weak stops and things like this. You see it looks like a monthly stop hunt, even if that's probably 100 pips or something like that. But we had this divergence, and that's a very strong signal. There we come up another 2,000 something pips or 3,000 pips. So as I say, two options, or this one is working, and that's why I'm looking all long signal to act on them, or we wait, and that should be soon. We should see another signal here, but I still expect that we would close the month above the 61.8 on the Euro USD. And in that case, we would not go lower, so low. We would come back at 0.374, which is the 61.8 here. And in that case, this would start to be unfolding. So this is the monthly. Let me go back on the multi-time frame just to do the overall review of those things. So here we had a daily divergence that started to provide some move. We are still inside this divergence. We had this morning a long signal on the 1 hour, a little bit earlier than when I took the trade. And now on the 15-minute, we don't have a lot of thing. And on the 5-minute, we look at it now. Concerning the short-term volume exhaustion, so we had this morning, and that's what I said when I posted it, we had this morning a very nice, very low volume reading on the Euro USD, together at the same time with the 5-minute confirmation, and that's when I took this long this morning and banked 20 something pips. We should see a little bit more upside. This one should go up to there, but it could well do before touching the top, it could do something like this and give another option with a divergence on the volume reading, which would be great. Short term, this is where we are now. So here it's written 5 and 3 minutes. The confirmation is there because sometimes I look at the 3 minutes. So here we are unfolding the last upside move. So we are on the top there. And on the 15 minutes, we are coming in this area too. So which means we should see some pullback, probably some little more pullback soon. But with the London Open, we never know what can happen. Okay. So that's unchanged compared to what we said in the last days. Of course, it cannot change in a night. Here, we can just wait to see what happens on the London Open or before the time channel. So we could probably go back to visit this area And as soon as I get a 5-minute or a 5-minute plus 15-minute confirmation, I get long as usually. So I hope that was clear enough, and we speak each other later. We'll try to do an intraday update if anything important happens.